As I step through it, it's green within the door.
Yes. And if you knew, what is this green?
Leaves,
Leaves.
nature.
Yes. And how are you feeling in this place?
I feel good. I feel safe here.
Yes. And as you're there, I want you to notice what's the age of your body in this green place.
Like a young teen.
And as you look at your body, is this the body that you have now or a different body?
It's different.
What do you look like?
My hair is brown.
Yes, keep going.
My skin is fair.
Notice how you're dressed. Look down at your feet.
Like flimsy shoes, like fabricy slippers.
Yes. What are they made out of? If you knew.
It's like a canvas type material.
And notice what you're wearing on your body.
I feel like it's a dress, but it's kind of like raggedy
Yes.
brown. Brown and like an off-white color.
Yes. Very good. Notice anything on your hands or on your
No.
body? Nothing. Very good. So I want you to just take a moment to just feel the surroundings. What is this place where you are?
This is when I meditate. This is where I come to like talk to my guides or
Yes.
ask for advice.
So as you are in this body of this young girl, let's find out where it is that you live. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And when I get to number 1, I want you to be in front of the place in which you call home. 3, 2, and 1. You're there now.
It's a small cottage.
Yes.
It looks like it's kind of in the Tudor style.
Yes. What's around this small cottage? Look.
Just a very simple road. Not doesn't look like it's heavily used, and a garden to the side.
Very good. So in a moment, we're going to go inside of your home. How do you get inside?
It's a front door.
All
There's
right.
like a little fence in the front of some
All
sort.
right. So make your way towards that front door. Notice how you open it. Let's see what's inside of your cottage.
Fireplace
Fireplace.
and a simple table.
Yes. Look at the walls. What are the walls made out of?
Stone.
Are you there by yourself or is there somebody there with you?
It's like a younger child, I think.
Who is this child?
I feel like this child is like a sibling.
Very good. Look into this child's eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. Do you recognize those eyes?
Yes.
Very good. So let's do something else. Let's find out who else is in your family. In a moment, I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and you will be eating a meal at your home. 3, 2, and 1. Notice what you're eating.
Bread. Like a stew type dish.
Yes. What else is there?
That's like a stew and the bread, and then like an ale.
Very good. So notice where it is that you're eating this meal.
We're at the simple table.
And look around the table and see who's there with you.
Just me, the little boy, my mother,
Mm-hmm.
and then the father.
Very good. So take a moment now and look into their eyes. Have you seen those eyes before of your mother and father?
I've seen the mother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having trouble seeing the father.
Mm-hmm. So I don't want you to look into the eyes. I want you to just recognize that if you know that soul. Does it feel familiar to you?
No.
Okay, very good. All right. So I want you to notice the relationship that you have between your mother.
Feels caring.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. So we're going to close this scene now. And we're now going to go to the next important event in that life that may have caused some issues in your life. It could cause some anxiety. When I get to number 3, you'll be at that event 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
It's my wedding day.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What's happening?
I don't think I want to be marrying the person I'm marrying.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Tell me more.
My brother is there.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Look into this man's eyes, the one you'll be marrying. Do you recognize those eyes?
No.
Mm-hmm. So what happens next? I want you to now advance to the next important scene. What happens?
Childbirth.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Continue.
It's very difficult childbirth.
Yes.
My mother is there. Another woman is there. Yelling and screaming.
Mm-hmm. Yes, continue.
I don't think I made it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the baby made it.
The baby didn't make it?
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Notice how you're feeling at this time.
Sad, scared.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So let's advance the next important scene. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. 1, 2, and 3.
I'm looking at my body.
Mm-hmm. How old is that body?
No more than 30, I think younger.
Mm-hmm. What's happened to your body?
Just bled out.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So notice where your soul is when it's looking at your body.
I'm above the body, looking down.
Yes. Very good. Where does your soul go to? Does it stay with this body?
No.
Mm-hmm. Where does the soul go to?
Just leaves, it goes up.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to notice what's the most difficult part about all of this that just occurred.
It was when I was still in the body, like feeling the human emotions.
Mm-hmm. Very good. All right, so we're going to do something. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And when I get to number 3, we're going to go to the point before all of this happened, where all of this happened to your body that caused your death. 1, going back now. 2, and 3. You're there. What's happening?
Going into labor. It's like doing dishes and I'm going into labor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Are you there by yourself, or are you?
I was there in the house by myself, but there was a boy outside, and I sent him to get my mother.
All right. So notice where you're feeling these feelings.
My stomach, my
Yes.
lower stomach.
Yes. What happens next? Keep going.
Just breathing.
Contractions. Yes.
Yeah.
Notice how your breathing is as you're breathing.
Just regular, like contraction breathing.
Keep going.
I'm walking around the house or the cottage. I'm walking around, pacing. I'm just pausing.
Yes.
And I have a contraction. When my mother,
Yes.
my mother comes, brings another woman with her.
Yes. Keep going.
And they pace for a while. And at some point, they take my dress off of me. And they put me in the bed.
Yes.
And it just goes on and on.
Yes. And I want you to advance to a moment where you feel that things are not going well.
At some point, instead of being like laying down, right, I have my back against the wall or the headboard because I'm in such pain, and I'm pushed back against the wall, and like almost.
Yes.
Almost seems, I mean, it's natural, but it seems almost a very uncomfortable, almost unnatural position.
Yes. Notice what your body is feeling when you're in this unnatural position.
Panic.
Yes.
Fear. Trapped.
Yes, keep going. Notice this feeling of being trapped. Where is that coming from?
I guess I'm feeling that way because I kind of already know.
Yes.
That things have gone wrong. Things have gone sideways, and I know there's not a lot that can be done.
Keep going. What happens next? What are you sensing in your body?
Just blood.
Yes, and as you're feeling this blood, what is your body? How is your body reacting as this blood begins to just flow?
I still feel like a sense of panic, but there's also I'm getting weaker. And weaker. So
yes.
The sense of panic is getting weaker.
What happens next? Notice what's happening to your body.
It's shutting down.
And as your body is shutting down, notice how it's affecting all of your muscles.
Everything is going limp.
And as you begin to go limp, what happens to your brain?
It's the quiet.
Yes. What's the last thought that this brain has while you're in that body?
Love.
Yes. Yes. So notice what happens to your soul. When does your soul leave this body?
Soul was watching the body die.
And it's watching the body die. Very good. And I want you to notice what happens to the soul of this baby.
It comes with me.
Yes. What does this baby tell you?
It's okay. It was supposed to be this way.
Yes. So I want you to take a moment now, and I want you to talk to the soul of that woman who is trapped in this traumatic experience. And I want you to tell her that it's okay for her to let go now. That the baby knew what was happening. That it was all okay. Go ahead and talk to her.
It's okay. It was supposed to be this way. Right?
And I want you to... Yes, go ahead.
This was how it was meant to be.
And I want you to go ahead and invite that part of your soul that is trapped in that experience. Invite her to come with the rest of your soul, to go back to Source, back to God. Take her into the light with you. Envelop her in your love. And as you get to the light, I want you to tell me what color represents healing for this traumatic experience.
Blue.
Beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and strike the tuning fork for blue. And I want you to envision that color totally healing your body, mind, and spirit. Wrap yourself in that blue. Breathe in that blue. Knowing that when that body died, that experience belonged to that body, not to this body that you're living now. That with that experience, everything stopped there. So now that you're understanding this more, I want you to go ahead and begin to think about this anxiety once again to another place that your soul needs to see in order to heal. I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and when I get to number 3, we'll begin to be at that place. 1, 2, and 3. What's happening?
I'm walking along a dirt road.
Yes. Notice if this body is male or female.
It's male.
How old is this body?
Early 30s.
Yes. Tell me more.
It's hot. I'm wearing overalls and a shirt. The overalls.
Yes. Stick out your hands and your arms. What color is your skin?
Skin dark brown.
And turn your hands over and see those hands. Are they smooth? Are they rough?
I'm a worker.
You're a worker. Very good. And what do they call you there?
My name is Mo, but people call me a nickname. I think my nickname is Pops.
Pops?
Pops.
Pops. Very good, Pops. So may I call you Pops? Very good. So where is it that you're going today?
To another farm.
Yes. Continue. What happens next?
Go to the farm. I'm sent there. We work.
Who sent you there, Pops?
Overseer.
Yes. And how are you feeling about going to this other farm?
I don't like it.
What are you feeling?
stealing myself because I know there could be a conflict.
Yes. Keep going. What happens next?
I show up to do work. And start working the field for taking down tall vegetation to clear it and clear it to plant.
Yes.
It's tall. A lot of work. Sort of argument happens.
Who's arguing with you, Pops?
The owner or the overseer at that farm.
What does he tell you?
Lazy.
How do you feel when you're called lazy?
Sad. Angry.
Yes. What happens next?
I get whipped.
Yes. Notice where you're getting whipped.
My back.
Yes. What is he saying when he's whipping you?
No good. Calling me the N-word.
Yes. Yes. What happens next?
I have to walk home like that.
Yes. I'm going to count from 1 to 3 and let's see what happens next as you're walking home after being whipped. 1, 2, and 3. What happens?
Get home. I still have things to do. Yelled at by the overseer, causing trouble.
Yes.
That night I tried to go to sleep, but I'm in too much pain. I really lay down.
Yes.
It takes a lot, like weeks, to even heal.
Yes. Continue.
My life on the farm continues.
All right. So let's advance now. When the soul is ready to leave, I'm going to go to the last day of your life in that lifetime. I'm going to count from 1 to 3 and you'll see yourself on the last day. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
On the farm.
How old are you there?
40s or 50s.
What's happening?
People, there's just a lot of unrest in the county and the area where we are.
Yes.
Like KKK people organizing and threatening.
Notice how it's making you feel.
Uneasy.
Notice where you feel this uneasiness.
My stomach.
Yes. What happens next?
Nighttime.
Yes.
People come around the farm. Their hoods.
Yes.
Threatening people. Can't quite tell if they're threatening the owner or they're threatening people like me who live there.
All right, so I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and you're going to be able to understand this see this in a freeze frame moment so that you can get the details. 1, 2, and 3.
They're there because the owner was being too nice or was being lenient.
Yes.
The owner wasn't subscribing to kind of the radical ideas.
Yes.
Therefore was being seen as being radical by the other locals.
Yes.
So to teach that person a lesson, when hoods came of a fire, they're threatening the farmer or the owner. And
so I want you to stop right there, and I want you to, as you are watching this fire, notice how it's making your body feel.
Shaky and nervous.
Yes.
I don't know what's going to happen next. It's a volatile situation.
Yes. What happens next?
They try to take one of the younger people. They step in front. Step in front. They take me.
Yes. What happens next?
They beat me.
Notice where you're being beaten.
My chest and my back. Kick my body.
Yes.
Everywhere. All over.
What happens next, pups?
Hanging up at the tree. On the tree.
Yes. Yes. And notice what you feel as they put you up in a tree.
I just feel dehumanized again.
And I want you to go to the last moment. What are the last thoughts that you're thinking?
Thinking of Christ.
Yes. Yes. So feel the moment that that body drops into that rope. Yes. What are the last thing that you think?
Peace.
Peace. Very good. Very good. So let's do something. I want you to go back to that man, soul, that is hanging there. And I want you to talk to him. What would you like to say to the soul so that he could leave this traumatic experience behind and go to the light with you?
It was supposed to be that way, but that's only one lifetime.
Very good. And now, we're going to take that soul into the light. I want you to recover all of your energies and make your soul whole, now understanding that you have that energy to move forward in life. And what color represents healing for you?
Yellow.
Beautiful. So I want you to go ahead and take your soul into the light and see that light as yellow and envelop yourself in that light. Breathing in that yellow. Wrapping yourself in that yellow. Now in this yellow light, understanding that with the death of that body, the experience is over. It no longer affects you. You have your power. There is no need to cower from anyone. You have the strength. And tell me how that feels.
It was peaceful.
Feels peaceful. Very good. Very good. So I want you to check your body now and do a scan of this body. And notice how this body is feeling now. I want you to go ahead and feel that point in your life when you're about to lose blood from your body on a monthly cycle. See how that feels to you with the thought.
Nervous.
Very good. So I want you to follow that. Follow that nervous feeling. And if you knew, where are you when you're feeling this nervous feeling?
Where in my body am I?
Yes.
Well, my stomach, but then when I followed it, it sent me to my heart.
Yes. Follow your heart. What's happening in your heart? It's almost as if what? What's going on with your heart?
It's almost as if my heart hurts or it was broken.
Very
There's
good.
like a sadness. I feel love and sadness.
All right, so follow that sadness. I want you to just keep focusing on that broken heart of that sadness. And I'm going to count from 1 to 3. With each number, I want you to follow to see the origin of where that sadness comes from. 1, 2, and 3. If you knew, even if you think you're making it up, where are you? Follow the sadness. This broken heart. What comes to mind?
My hips.
Yes. What's happening with your hips?
Hurting.
Yes. And if you knew what's causing your hips to hurt so much? It's like what?
Ache.
Yes. Keep following the ache. What's causing this ache?
Loss.
Yes. Follow the loss. What did you lose in your hips?
My baby.
Yes. Notice which baby that was. Was this the same baby from that lifetime?
I think so.
Yes. So I want you to talk to that baby now. What would you like to tell that baby?
I'm sorry my body hurt you.
Switch. Baby, what do you say to your mommy?
It's not your fault. Meant to be this way.
Yeah, switch. Mommy, you just hurt your baby. What do you say back?
It's hard not to feel sadness or regret, though.
Yes. Switch. Baby, what was your mission coming into this life with this mother?
The mission was to retrieve my mother.
Yes. Tell her about that.
Mission was to come get you and take you home. You thought you were taking me home, but it was the reverse.
Ah, very good. So notice how your mother has been tortured by this through lifetimes. That every time she has her period, she's afraid once again of losing you. feeling this guilt, feeling this pain, feeling this heartache. And all this time you were here to save her soul. Mommy, can you forgive yourself for not understanding that?
Yes.
Very good. How does that heart look? Is it whole or shattered?
Looks broken.
Broken, very good. So we're going to do something. There's an art, I don't remember the word right now, an art that the Japanese do when they break a piece of beautiful ceramic. And they take gold and they mend that piece of ceramic. Not only is it beautiful, but now it reinforces what it was that was broken. So we're going to take some gold now. And I want you to just fill that gold with love. And before we do, we first need to take out whatever was in there so that this gold will hold on to that broken heart. Can you forgive yourself for having held on to this thought for so long, that you were the cause of this baby's death?
Yes.
Very good. So let's begin to release that. Release that from your heart, almost as if you were draining it out. And now let's take that gold and begin to mend that heart. Fill that heart with gold. And I'm going to strike the tuning fork for the heart chakra, and let's reinforce that. Feel that gold. Healing that broken heart, now understanding that the baby was here to rescue you, to take you home, that there was nothing that you did wrong. Release that and allow the heart to mend. How does that feel?
Good.
Feels good. Very good. So now let's do a scan of that body and see how those hips feel now.
Better.
Very good. Very good. So I'm going to just focus on these aches and pains that Lindsay has been having. What message do you have for her regarding her body?
I think to love my body more.
Very good.
Direct my love.
Very
my
good.
Body.
Very good. So now that she is no longer feeling the effects of being beaten, that she is no longer feeling the effects of having all of her blood drained from her, is there anything else that we need to address today that the soul needs to heal? Or do you feel that we are complete?
I feel we're complete.
Very good, very good. 5, wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Thank you, Alba.
Wow.
It was kind of crazy.
Amazing, huh?
I'm sure you hear that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, this made total sense to me. Did it make sense to you?
It made sense to me. It made sense to me.
Trying to retain
Yep.
the painful, the pains.
Yep. It made a lot of sense.
It's almost like the beatings, Pop's beatings were coming back to you.
Well, when I told you the description was, I heard all over. Everything was hurting. And I'm like, well, obviously, if someone, beat you. Yeah.
And notice when it started. When did it start?
I had bits and pieces for years, but when it really got bad was in December, right after we moved. and it was just highly stressful. And the
Yeah.
pandemic was going on, and they're trying to safely move with 3 children. So it was
Yeah.
a very, very stressful time.
Yeah. Because it's almost like, when you think about what Pops did, Pops put himself in front, in danger, to save the
The
others.
others.
And look what you did. It's almost like when you moved, it's like, am I putting, myself in danger by, leaving my job and
Hmm.
all of this? You know what I mean? Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah. Fascinating.
It is fascinating. And we really only had two topics. And look,
Hmm.
how long do you think it was? Did you feel like it was a long time?
I'm not sure. I mean, maybe
What?
30 minutes,
Right
45.
now we are on 54 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
So we did a lot.
Very
Wow.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to share any of this?
If you think it would be valuable, I'm happy to share it.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, this was really good. You did really well, and
Thank you.
I think you got to the bottom of this
I think I
stuff.
got to the bottom of a lot of things, so this was
Yeah.
very helpful. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure.